Howdy friends. I wanted to make a message about it drained me. The last time I tried to record this video, I was just so drained by midway. I had to stop talking. So I think now I have the energy for it. But I wanted to make a message about how people just don't believe you. And even some people who claim that they're awakened themselves, they have certain restrictions on how much they want to believe and what they choose not to believe. And I guess pardon me if I come off judgmental on this video. That's not my intention. It's really about just sharing how I thought we were cool. Have you ever heard that when somebody says, I thought we were cool, like, what's your problem? So I was approached by a good friend of mine today, and we had a really good soul connection, a brother-sister loving energy. And she said some things today that kind of was like, okay, this is great dialogue, and it's a close friend of mine, so it's not like a hurtful thing. But then those things linger in your mind, and then I started getting emotional. And then a deleted memory came up, and then now I'm just a mess today. And get it together, Aaron. I used to I had a traumatic childhood experience that I heard as a rumor from my aunt a few months ago, and I didn't really believe it because I'm like, I didn't go through it. I don't know what you're talking about, girl. But as I was telling my friend a story about what's going on today and how people disbelieve me, it triggered something, and I was able to remember. And so now I understand why the inner child that I am is why I'm awakened right now. And don't worry, these emotions, these tears that might fall out my face are really about trying to heal that child and fix. I'm like trying to be a parent, like how can I fix the situation? How can I make it better? And I was supposed to go to a wedding of some other people and enjoy the reception. I can't even go and celebrate because I'm a wreck. And I do understand the timelines are merging right now, so having those traumatic memories of what I went through. One was like I almost drowned, and so that's the reason why I've been having panic and anxiety, because I repressed the memory. I got rid of it. Another one was I suffocated as a child. I was at Chuck E. Cheese. And you know, like the balls, I don't know if you guys ever been to Chuck E. Cheese or Chuck E. Cheese's, but the balls at some point in the past, they used to be really small, and an adult jumped into the balls when I was younger, and one of them got caught in my mouth, and I was unable to breathe, and I blacked out, and I was resuscitated. So this would be the second time I was resuscitated via airway in my life. So now I understand my panic attacks and anxiety, because when I travel out of body, or when I astral project, or when I do that trans-dimensional, whatever you want to call it, I'm bringing that feeling back to my physical body. So the argument I had with my friend was because the weather's weird, and she was saying, oh, Mother Nature, oh, we're getting ready for winter. And I'm like, girl, the weather's modified. It's manipulated. It's tampered with. There's evidence of it. She's like, but you're not a scientist. You're not a microbiologist. So who are you to speak the truth? And then she kind of was, and I still love her, but she was trying to convince me out of making YouTube videos, because she's like, well, you're saying a lot to people, and then they're going off of what you're saying, and they're not going to be making sense to the regular people. I'm like, we're not trying to talk to regular people. We're only only trying to find our own kind and make sense of what we're going through. And it's almost like an AA meeting. You got to have your head honcho and everyone else has been through the same experience in order to heal each other. That's just what the healing process is. I don't understand why the pushback and resistance is so... It's just weird. Because even someone I thought understood all the weird things that I go through and all the crazy epiphanies that I have would still validate my journey. But yet, this person recommended I go to a therapist because they feel I don't have it all correct up here. Like I'm in my own delusion because I'm trying to talk myself out of corrupting myself like everyone else is. And I'm like, that is a crazy angle. First of all, everyone else is corrupted because they keep following corrupted, I guess, encrypted data, corrupted information, idolization of corrupted celebrities and people. But people don't really understand those things. They don't understand, that all this tracks back to belief systems and duality and free will. And once you understand the three and you really see how they operate, you can really hold yourself in a position and hold yourself high in what you believe. But a lot of people don't want to have faith in those uncertain departments. Well, but I don't know about all that, so I just blah, blah, blah. Sorry, my camera is... I used to have a very sturdy dash cam. I don't know why it's falling all over the place. Also, too, I think people are just losing faith. Like this past week, they saw how Kanye West approached Trump and then just had a hissy fit because the words that they wish Obama said, they wanted to come out of Kanye's mouth to Trump. And it's just not that kind of world where you're going to get what you want right now. Like, it's just... But the message of the collective consciousness is using Kanye West as a mouthpiece to address the situation. Yeah, we're not to discriminate against each other. Can we stop hating each other? Can we stop making fun of the person who's... He's not in charge. He's just in a seat. But the more you make fun of him, you're teaching your children and people around you how much you don't... that you do not know how to compromise with reality. That you do not know how to mediate yourself. Come on, camera. My frustration energy is it's transferring over to my dash cam. I was just, in a little bit of a funk because you realize the deeper you go into your spiritual path, you really have redefined what your journey, your destiny is. Then you start to realize how many people really just don't think that it's healthy for you. And we all are equipped to handle this, or else we wouldn't be here this far. A lot of people who have recently just subscribed to my channel and started following, even when you guys write comments, that is the bravest thing that you can do for yourself and your destiny, is to just be out with it. Because it tells others who are observing, and it tells, I don't know if there's a dark force or the cabal or whoever controls YouTube, whatever. I really don't care anymore. But it really shows them that there is a relationship and a family that's establishing. And why not? Let the crazy people talk to crazy, because someone's crazy is going to be a group of other people's crazy. And then that's validation. That eliminates depression and suicide, definitely. Because that's on the rise right now. But me and my friend, we balance things out towards the end of our conversation. I think that she is right in terms of going back to the roots of chemistry and astrophysiology, microbiology. Study the what's that chart with all the symbols on it? I forget. I didn't really pay attention to all that in college, and it's like I don't really feel like doing it as an adult either. I really don't. But I do have to compromise with that statement and say, in order to know what we're talking about, in order to validate Planet X, in order to know Hong Kong, see, I'm right. In order to really try to waken people up, we have to have the facts and the data, and we have to show some logical sense of the metaphysical things. Like, it's hard to, like she and I also got into a debate about quantum physics and what is it. And I said, I know quantum physics very well. I'm a dance teacher. So quantum physics is all about time, space, and energy. And when you combine the two, you collide them all, it makes matter. And she's like, but that's not how I would say it. And that's not the way an astrophysicist would say that is quantum physics. So someone like me who went to college and have education, I was like, and it's when people come from that angle, I know it is, see, I know that it's not the person who is saying that. It's an entity trying to get here and trying to disrupt my flow and knock me off course, and that's not gonna work. See, and that's called discernment, because people always try to make you a deluded person, or say you're diluting reality with what your, conspiracy theories are. But when you deal with people on a daily basis like I do, you have to emotionally be at some stronghold, some solid built of strength in order to deal with the personalities, the corporations, the management, the programming, the systeming that you have to do. For me, people think dance is all about shaking your butt and having a good time, but there's a lot of logic and numbers and programming, meaning like logically, how many times can I do this before I have to move on to the next section in my programming or in my workout or in my choreography. There's different ways that I'm using the Egyptian system of mathematics in order to help people count better to music. So it's not the whole 5, 6, 7, 8, cat, 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 boom, cat, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm actually using 1 through 4, and I'm counting at a slower pace. Because if the Egyptians found out there's 4 parts to an hour, there's 24 hours a day, things like that. Oh, I gotta go. I'm falling asleep. But I wanted to inspire you guys. And people are gonna try to trick you right now. And the enemy is definitely great at getting in here and almost making you almost disabling you. But we have the power, we have the victory, so don't give up on that. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Bye, take care.